What if we had technology that could predict the future? We could use it to predict threats to our safety. That would save lives. Companies could use it to decide where to start a new store or launch a new product. And actually, we already have technology like that. It's called a prediction market. This is the biggest one. It's called intrade.com. Here, people bet on future events and make or lose money depending how well they predict, because bettors have to put their money where their mouths are. They have plenty of incentive to get the predictions right. And sure enough, when I compare the track record of the brilliant pundits around here on television and the professional pollsters too, versus the bettors on Intrade, Intrade's predictions have the best track record. Now, Intrade's based in Ireland because if it were in America, the owners would be in jail. Silly American politicians have banned internet gambling. Right before they banned it, the Defense Department planned to set up its own prediction market. The Defense Department thought it would be a good way to predict security threats. But then, as usual, politicians did something stupid. They did it to Robin Hanson, who worked with the Defense Department at the time, and now he helps design prediction markets for companies. So what did they do to you?
We had a research project, and we were going to predict political trends in the Middle East. We were going to predict coups, revolutions like we saw, wars, changes in the economy. This was a research project, and it was going to go forward. And
all right, well, let's back up. The Defense Department hired you to do that because why would a prediction market be better at doing that than all those geniuses at the State Department?
Prediction market would tap those geniuses. At the moment, the geniuses know things they don't always tell their superiors. As we know,
because they're sucking up?
Yeah, big bureaucracies tell people what they want to hear. They don't always tell them what they really think. The way to get people to say what they really think is to have them put something on the line and give them a little anonymity so they can't be told on.
So the Defense Department announces it's going to do this, and Senator Ron Wyden says this is grotesque and ridiculous, and they shut it down.
Yeah. Well, it somehow didn't look good. People didn't like the idea of maybe betting on things that might be bad. But it works. Betting on stuff works to tell you what you want to know, and we really want to know which of these things are going to happen.
And you've moved on to working with companies. For example, well, give an example of how companies use this.
Like a couple years ago, Best Buy was competing with Circuit City for dominance in the electronic distribution market. There was a key question of which would win, HD DVD or Blu-ray for the format. Circuit City went with HD DVD. Best Buy went with Blu-ray in part because they had a prediction market to tell them to go with Blu-ray. Guess who's still in business?
Circuit City's out of business. Best Buy is still in business. And one other example of how accurate this is comes from the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That you have a choice between, you're going to ask an expert, a friend, it could be a real specialist, or you ask the audience. And when you phone a friend, they get it right 65% of the time. You ask the audience gets it right 91% of the time.
Asking an expert's a great idea if you know the right expert. The problem is you often get it wrong. Asking a broad audience can tap into some people out there who know something, but even that's not as good as a prediction market which asks the people who actually think they are experts. Prediction markets aren't just a survey where everybody speaks up. You say, who really knows? And you're on the line. If you're wrong, it'll hurt you. If you're right, it'll help you. So people shut up when they don't know, and they speak up when they do.
If they're betting their own money, the people who are really pretty certain they're right are going to bet more and have more influence.
And that's how it works in every financial market you know. Anybody in this audience or on TV could go trade the orange juice futures today if you want. Why aren't you speaking up about that? It's your God-given right. Because you don't think you know anything. It's good that you don't speak up. Same way for the rest of these prediction markets. Lots of people can speak up. The people who do speak up are the people who know.
Thank you, Robin Hanson.